Welcome to today's video about Certified Wireless Network Administrator, CWNA-109, Certification Prep. Introduction to Certified Wireless Network Administrator. Prerequisites and recommended experience. CWNA-109 Exam Summary. CWNA-109 Key Knowledge Areas. Key approaches to mastering CWNA-109 certification. 1. You are on site with a client to perform a post-deployment site survey. When verifying a multiple-channel VoE Wi-Fi deployment using a VoE Wi-Fi handset, which aspect is most important? A. Performing protocol analysis with a single wireless adapter that is scanning all channels in use. B. Testing a constant conversation or handset tone while roaming from area to area, or performing an active survey. C. Configuring DSCP to 802.11 ECOS maps on the handset for each access category. D. Verifying the VHT functionality to handle the call volume incurred by a single VoIP phone call. 2. You have implemented an 802.11 AX WLAN for a customer. All APs are 4-stream He APs. The customer states that it is essential that most of the clients can use the OFDMA modulation scheme. What do you tell the customer? A. The clients that must support OFDMA must also be upgraded to 802.11 AX. B. OFDMA is an optional feature of 802.11 AX and most APs don't even support it. C. All 5 GHz FIS use OFDM modulation, so you will achieve OFDMA everywhere in 5 GHz. D. If the devices support 802.11 AC, they can be updated to support OFDMA through driver upgrades. 3. What can cause excessive VSWR in RF cables used to connect a radio to an antenna? A. High-gain Yagi antenna. B. Radio output power above 100 mW but below 400 MW. C. High-gain parabolic dish antenna. D. Impedance mismatch. 4. You administer a WLAN that offers a guest SSID of guest-and-work. Users connect to the GUESTNWORK SSID, but report that they cannot browse the Internet. The devices simply report no Internet connection. What common problem causes this scenario? A. NTP issues. B. Hardware issues. C. IP routing issues. D. Captive portal issues. 5. What factor is likely to cause the least impact on the application layer throughput of an 802.11n client station in a 2.4 GHz HTBSS? A. Increasing or decreasing the number of spatial streams in use by the client station and AP. B. Implementing fast BSS transition, FT, for roaming. C. Implementation of several other clients in the same BSS using 802.11 grams radios. D. RF interference from more than 10 nearby Bluetooth transmitters. 6. You recently purchased 4 laptops containing dual-band 802.11 AC adapters. The laptops can connect to your 2.4 GHz network, but they cannot connect to the 5 GHz network. The laptops do not show the 5 GHz SSIDs, which are different than the 2.4 GHz SSIDs. Existing devices can connect to the 5 GHz SSIDs with no difficulty. What is the likely problem? A. Interference from non-Wi-Fi sources. B. Faulty drivers. C. DOS attack. D. Interference from other WLANs. 7. You are reporting on the RF environment in your facility. The manager asks you to describe the noise floor noted in the report. Which of the following is the best explanation? A. The noise caused by elevators, microwave ovens, and video transmitters. B. The extra energy radiated by access points and client devices beyond that intended for the signal. C. The energy radiated by flooring materials that causes interference in the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands. D. The RF energy that exists in the environment from intentional and unintentional RF radiators that forms the baseline above which the intentional signal of your WLAN must exist. 8. A client Santa must choose the best AP for connectivity. As part of the evaluation, it must verify compatible data rates. What can the client Santa use to verify that an AP supports the same data rates that it supports? A. Beacon frames transmitted by the AP. B. Data frames sent between the AP and current client's STAs. C. Authentication frames transmitted by the other client STAs. D. Probe request frames transmitted by other client STAs. 9. A natural disaster has occurred in a remote area that is approximately 57 miles from the response team headquarters. The response team must implement a local wireless network using 802.11 WLAN access points. What is the best method, of those listed, for implementation of a network backhaul for communications across the Internet in this scenario? A. 802.11 bridging to the response team headquarters. B. Cellular, LTE, 5G. C. Turn up the output power of the WLAN at the response team headquarters. D. Temporary wired DSL. 10. You are deploying a WLAN monitoring solution that utilizes distributed sensor devices. Where should sensors be deployed for best results? Choose the single best answer. A. In switching closets. B. Every 5 meters and alongside each AP. C. In critical areas where WLAN performance must be high. D. Above the plenum on each floor. Check the correct answers for each question. Subscribe Passert for more IT exam prep.